Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody today? I hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. And so that leads us to where we are today, which is tax season for 2022. So I just wanted to give y'all a heads up. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I know taxes sometimes can kind of be kind of crazy for us because we really don't know what's happening, what's going on with of the um, so many of the laws and things like that have been coming into place, the child tax credits that have been coming into place and things like that. I'm going to kind of shed some light for everybody so that everybody can kind of know. I would like for everybody to share this video. If you are not following my tax page, please follow it. It's Sherelle Terrell LLC. And follow that page for me on there. And like I said, also make sure that you share this live. Also, for those of you who don't know, my name is Sherelle. I am somebody who does a lot of consulting. I do consulting with businesses. I'm a spiritual consultant. I'm a minister. And now I'm a notary public, and now something up under my belt at this time is a tax preparer. So again, I just want to shed a little bit of light about this tax season. And I got some notes here. If for whatever reason you can't hear me, or if you if you think of something, put the red flags up because I'll see those before I see the comments. And then if you have any questions or anything about that, then I'll stop in the middle, go through, take a few questions, and then come back. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about, refunds and how they work. So first of all, everybody has to pay taxes. Like, that's life. You have to pay taxes. Whether you are an employee, you have a 1099, you got a side hustle, whatever it is that you got going on, you have to pay taxes. The reason why people get money back at the end of the year is not free money. This is money that you put into the system, and then based on your situation, whether you have children, if you own your own business, if you use your home for your business, and different things like that, with those credits and deductions, it lowers the amount that you owe, and then at that point, that's how you get a refund. So I want everybody to understand that. And that's why sometimes people who make a certain amount of money, if they don't have any dependents, they don't have that many credits, and that's why they may have to pay back. So again, this is not free money. So I want y'all to understand a little bit about that. All right. So the American Rescue Plan, right? That's what started us to even get these credits in the first place. So this year, you're going to have the most credits that you've probably ever received on a tax return. Move your legs, man. You're probably going to have the most that you've ever received on your tax return this year because of that ARP plan. And that's how we started getting the stimulus checks, and that's how we were getting the advance credits for our children and things like that, right? So Biden is trying to keep a lot of those credits, and that's what's going on in the Senate right now. So as of this moment here right now, it has not been signed into law. So I'm saying that to say that the IRS will not start accepting files until January the 29th. So between now and January the 29th, things can change. Credits can go up, credits can go down, things that you may be able to, have to claim as a credit and things like that can change. So I just want you guys to be mindful of that. And the reason why I say be mindful of that is because a lot of us are quick to file our taxes, right? As soon as January hit and you get that W-2, you're ready to go take it to the tax preparer. But this year, I would kind of tell you guys to hold off a little bit. Now, if you're going to come to me for me to do your taxes, we can go ahead and put all your information in the system so that way by the time you get your W-2, By the time you get your 6619, that's the letter that you're going to need from the IRS that tells you if you receive the advanced tax credit. That's the letter that you're going to need, and we'll go into that later. You're going to need that letter. You're going to need your W-2s. For those of you who are self-employed, that got side hustles, you cut grass, you do hair, you do nails, you do reading, like me. You need to make sure that you have your receipts and things like that. So again, right now, you need to make sure you have that. So it's really no rush, okay? It's really no rush because the IRS is not going to be accepting returns until the 29th. So it's really not a rush. You want to make sure that you do your due diligence. Make sure that you have your paperwork that you need. Make sure that you have everything you need because you don't want your tax preparer going to jail, and you don't want to be going to jail because you owe the IRS or did some, did something sneaky or shady to hurry up and get this money. All right. So as of right now, what I'm getting ready to tell y'all is what it stands for today. All right. But, like I said, things can change once this goes to the Senate and it gets passed into law if they decide to pass it. All right, so first of all, I want somebody to put this in the comments for me. If you're on here and you're on this line, please put these numbers down in the comments. So, the Earned Income Credit, this is a credit that you receive. You're going to put it out? Okay. So, the Earned Income Credit, this is the credit that you receive. This gets you like the big money for those of you who have dependents. So, with one child, the maximum is $33.18. That's the maximum that you will receive. For 2 children, it's $5,980 and and 3 or more children is $6,728. So those are the maximum amounts. This is for Earned Income Credit. Now, before, you used to have to be at least 25 to either claim Earned Income Credit if you did not have children. So if you did not have any dependents, you had to be at least 25. That has changed for this year. So, it has now dropped to the age of 19. So, if you are 19, you are able to get an Earned Income Credit even if you don't have children, and you'll receive $1,502. That's the maximum that you'll receive for Earned Income Credit, okay? They even have a clause in here for foster children. So, if you were 18, and you were 18 and you worked in 2021 and you like maxed out of foster care, you are also able to claim this Earned Income Credit and receive the maximum amount of $1,502. So those are the maximum amounts, and thank you, Christy, for putting those in there for me. So those are the maximum amounts for Earned Income Credit, okay? Now, Earned Income Credit is exactly what it sounds like. It's earned income, okay? So this is any type of money that you receive by you working. Unemployment is not Earned Income Credit, okay? So I want to repeat that. Earned Income Credit is exactly what it sounds like. It is credit that you get from earning income. And it doesn't matter how you earn your income. If you're a stripper, you earn an income. If you are an Uber Lyft driver, if you do hair, if you have a W-2, you've been working at your job, if you work a whole bunch of jobs and get W-2s, those are all earned income. So the reason why I'm saying this is because they are putting it in. So if you got unemployment, so unemployment, because of the pandemic, a lot of people received unemployment. A lot of people couldn't find work. And a lot of people were out of work for 2021. So, with that being said, that is not Earned Income Credit. It's essentially like, for real, free money. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people got that, like I said, because of the pandemic. However, with the RX and those credits, they are telling you if you did not work in 2021, but you received unemployment, you can use your income from 2019 so that you're able to get your earned income credit. So, if you received unemployment in 2021, some people did not work at all because they had unemployment. So if you did not work at all, but you do have dependents, you are able to use your 2019 wages as income, as earned income for this year, so that way you'll be able to take advantage of the earned income credit. All right? And this credit is called the look back credit. So you're able to use that credit this year. All right? Now this, I'm getting ready to say, this I'm talking to my people who are self-employed. So if you, like I said, drive for Uber, Lyft, if you do shifts, if you cut grass, if you do hair, if you cut hair, if you're a handyman, whatever it is, there's also going to be another credit that you're going to be able to claim this year for 2021. And I'm saying this year, 2021, because this is a special year in terms of income taxes. So there's a credit that you can have if you were out due to COVID. So you couldn't drive Uber, you couldn't pick up nobody. If you know how to ride share, you couldn't do nobody hair because you had COVID, or a member of your family had COVID. So, you know, sometimes people can get COVID where, you know, like I had COVID earlier this year, but my children didn't get it, my fiance didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but because of that, we all still had to quarantine because we were all together. So if you were someone, because if you work, 9 times out of 10, for those of you who have a W-2, you know that you were still paid, even though you were out because of COVID. You were still paid. This year, for those of you who were out because of COVID, could not work and do your hustle and get your boss life on because you got COVID or a member of your family got COVID and it took you out of work, you are able to use this credit and they'll be able to help you for this year. So I want you guys to keep that in mind as well. All right. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I want to talk to you guys about the child tax credit, okay? Now, you guys make sure that you share this video because this is information that people are going to need. You tag people who have families, tag people who have children, tag people who have received the advanced child tax credit last year. Please let these people know. All right, so the American Rescue Plan Act, it expanded this year. So before, you could not file your 17-year-old. It ended at 16. If somebody was in your house at 17, you could no longer claim them as a dependent. So this year, they included 17-year-olds, which I'm glad about because my oldest baby is turning 17 in a couple days. So if you have a 17-year-old, you are able to claim your 17-year-old as a dependent on your taxes this year. Now, the tax credit used to be, for the child tax credit, used to be $2,000. This year, they maximized it. So you get $3,000 for children who are 6 years old to 17-year-olds. And then they increased it for children who were 0 to 5. They increased it to $3,600. So that is the child tax credit. And they expanded it and they raised the price on it. So you're getting a bigger credit this year for those children. And this year they made that tax credit fully refundable. So that means that it's yours, it's in your pocket, they just gave it to you, just like the stimulus check. They gave it to you. Instead of you having to deduct it and taking it off of your AGI, what they did this year is say, it's yours, you can have it. So, let's get into the advanced tax credit, child tax credit. So for those of you who did not opt out, you received half of your child tax credit. So if you had anybody who was 6 to 17, they gave you your child tax credit over the course of the year if you did not opt out. Okay? they gave you half of it. For children that are 0 to 5, they gave you half of it throughout the course of the year if you did not opt out. Okay? So, with that being said, you will not get the full credit if you got the payments over the course of the year. So there was a crazy viral post that was going around, and it was saying that you had to pay back the child tax credit. So people are going crazy. Like, what you mean I got to pay it back? This and the third. No, you do not have to pay it back. You don't owe anybody anything. This is your money. It wasn't a loan. However, you got it in advance. So that means that you got half in advance. So let's think about this now. So if you were a person that had one child and you got the child tax credit over from between July and December, where you got the monthly payment on the 15th of every month, you got $1,500 throughout the course of the year in small increment payments, and they all equaled out to $1,500. Okay. So when you file your taxes for 2022, when you file your taxes, you will not receive the full credit of $3,000. What did that leave? The simple math. You get $1,500. Okay? So even though we have a lot of credits this year that they're giving us and that they're helping us with because of the pandemic, and a lot of Americans were struggling and things like that, you still have to be mindful of what you did. You know what I'm saying? And so if you were able to get those child tax credits early, it was an advance. Okay? It was an advance. Half of the credit was given to you over the course of the year. Now, with that being said, we have a lot of families who one person may have claimed the kid 1 year, and then somebody's going to claim the child this year. Sometimes that happens, right? So let's say your baby daddy claimed your son last year, and this year is your turn to claim your son. So your baby daddy got the CTC for your son all year if he did not opt out. So when you go to file your son, you will still get the tax credit, but you'll only get half for each child that you have. So I hope that everybody understands that. If you don't, you can put a question in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you and answer the questions that you have. All right? So I don't want you guys to be fearful or any of that, thinking that you have to pay something back or whatever. That's not the case. It's just that you're not going to get the full tax credit because you got it over the course of the year. Okay? Another thing I want to tell you guys. If you had a baby last year, I don't care if you had your baby on December the 31st at 11:59, your baby is still, you can still claim your baby on your taxes this year. If you got married, I don't care if you got married on December 31st. If you got married on December 31st, you and your husband or wife can claim together, married filing jointly this year on your taxes. So for those of you who had a baby in May, April, those of you who had a baby in November, those of you who had a baby in December, that's fine. It's okay. That baby can still be claimed on this year's taxes. So because the baby was a baby, or you were pregnant with the baby and had not had the baby yet, you did not receive any child tax credit for that baby. So you will get the full child tax credit for that baby for 2022. If you did not receive any of the child tax credit payments between June and December, you will receive whatever you didn't receive over the course of the year. You will receive that with your 2020 taxes when you file your taxes for 2022. I'm sorry. You will be able to claim that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, I do want to tell you guys this. So, they have put into law that came with that American Rescue Plan. If you receive, okay, so it used to be if you got money through Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, what's the other one? The third party network. Like I said, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, any of those. If you, like last year, as long as you did not make $20,000 or more, they did not send you a 1099, right? So you could receive up to $20,000 and 200 transactions, and it was fine, right? That's changing. So I want you guys to know this moving forward for the rest of the year. From now on, and this is where it's at right now, it could possibly change, but where it's at right now in law, if you get more than $600 through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, they will send you a 1099 next year, and you have to file it as income. Okay? $600 is not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? If somebody sending you $20 over here, and if somebody sending you $20, oh, I'm gonna get you some drinks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cash out you so you can get you some drinks tonight, or I'm gonna just different things. People cash out for anything. You know what I'm saying? You might have went to somebody's house and helped them clean up, and they feel like they wanted to, just break you off for just being a good person. It's your birthday. Somebody sends you $100 for your birthday, right? Those little 20s and 10s and 5s and 100s, they add up. And once they get to $600, you're going to have to report that income to the IRS. They're going to send you a 1099. So, with that being said, you guys need to make sure that you're coming up with some type of hustle, okay, this year. If you're going to be accepting payments this way, and I can help you, you just need to message me. But you need to make sure that you're doing this so that it can benefit you, okay? Because like I said, what's going to happen is they're going to send you a 1099, and if you don't have a business, if you're saying, well, I received $799, but it was all because somebody just gave me some money, you're going to have to pay taxes on that money, and there's no credits or deductions that's going to bring that amount that you have to pay on those taxes down. So it's going to be very important that you're able to do that. I can help you with that, so you just got to get at me and let me know. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is, for those of you who drive Uber, Lyft, Shipt, if you do Shipt, drive for Amazon as a contractor, an independent contractor, it is going to be very important that you guys start to make sure that you keep track of your mileage. And this year they're doing, I think they're doing like 58 cents a mile this year. It's higher than it's ever been for you to be able to get the credits. But you guys need to make sure that you are getting some kind of app to be able to track your mileage, track your gas. When you're driving back and forth, making sure that you're keeping your receipts for your oil changes, making sure that you're keeping your receipts for if you get brakes done to your car, any type of maintenance that you're doing to your car, you need to make sure that you're keeping those receipts, okay? You guys who have side hustles, who do hair, who do nails, do handyman stuff, you guys are business owners, okay? And so you're going to have to get into the space of a business owner. So where more is given, more is required. So you can't be being lazy. You know what I'm saying? When you're out here, doing your side hustles and things like that, it's very important that you make sure that you are keeping up with what you got going on. So like I said, there's a lot of apps. I'll probably be posting something, so every day I'll be posting little tips for you guys. But I'll be posting some apps that you guys will be able to use to be able to track your mileage and track your gas. There are also apps that track your receipts, where you don't necessarily have to, have all these receipts in a shoebox. You get what I'm saying? What you can do is, take a picture of it, snap it, and scan it to a file, so that way you'll have all your receipts at the end of the year. Because you'll be surprised, there are some things that you're able to claim and that you're able to write off that you didn't even know that you were able to write off. So for an example, if you purchase a computer for your business, if you purchase speakers so that you can be able to hear your clients. Barbers, if you purchase clippers, if you purchase new shears, if you purchase the case, t-shirts. For those of you who you may have had to stock up on Lysol and masks for the kids and things like that did not come out of your teacher budget. It came out of your own personal salary. You're able to claim those deductions. And so there's a lot of things that we miss, and we leave a lot of money on the table, especially in our community, because we don't know anything about it. And that was one of the main reasons why I got into this, because I wanted to get into finances, because that was something that I didn't know too much about. And so now that I have went and got a lot of my training done, and I went and, just found out a lot of stuff that, we've been kept in the dark on a lot. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the IRS is such like a scary entity. When you hear people talk about the IRS, you hear people hadn't paid their taxes, you know what I'm saying, celebrities that hadn't paid their taxes and things like that. It's like a scary thing, and so sometimes we just kind of shy away from it. And we leave it up to other people to be able to help us. And sometimes that can hurt us in the long run when we're not knowledgeable. But if we know better, we do better. And so that's where I come in. So I would love to prepare your taxes. Again, I'm holding off until the last minute. There are some people, tax season is actually open. So there are some people that will, take the information. They can't send it off to the IRS until the 29th. But they will go ahead and, put everything into the system and stuff, and it could possibly change. So a lot of those people that's telling you, I can get you the max refund, this and the third, blah, 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 you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because this is a very serious thing. And, like I said, when you know better, you do better. And you want to be educated about what you're doing. How many times have we went to Jackson Hewitt or H&R Block, and the lady asks us the question, we give her the W-2, and we don't think nothing about it. And come to find out, a lot of us were paying $850, $950 for tax preparation fees. For them to enter yourself in the system, and you didn't even have a business. All you had was a W-2. And you might only have one W-2. So all she had to put in was your name, Social Security, and Social Security card, and your W-2, and you were being charged $900 for your tax preparation fees. We didn't know that, and really we didn't care. See, we get $5,000, we don't care about $800 million. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying you weren't educated, and so I think that's what kind of sets me apart. Of course, I want to make a profit. I'm about my coins, but I'm also about your coins too. And I want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. I want you to understand what's happening. So this way you're able to fill out those forms when you go get a new job. You know what I'm saying? And you get those W-4 forms. And you're like, what? How many should I claim? 4? 2? You know what I'm saying? And so, that, like I said, you can be a little bit more knowledgeable about the things that are happening when it comes to your taxes and your income. And it's your money, you work for it. And even though you have to pay the IRS, you still are owed what you're owed. And so I want to be the one to help you with that. So with that being said, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Again, I would like for all of you guys to please share this live. Oh, and also, I do want to let you know that I am offering up to $6,000 in tax advances. So once you do get your W-2, once you do have your child tax credit form, and you have all of your documents, please let me know. I'm willing to help and try to get you a little bit of coin in your pocket before your taxes actually drop. Because like I said, they're not really doing anything until the 29th. That's when the IRS opens of January. And then after that, they haven't given us a date yet, but probably for those who have dependents, they probably won't be accepting those returns until February 14th. So you probably won't even start to see your money until late February, early March. And so, like I said, I am offering tax advances. So this way, and it's up to $6,000. The bank will tell you, what you're approved for. But we could definitely do that once you get that. What's the cutoff limit in income to be eligible for earned income credit? For one person, for head of household, is $60,000. I'm sorry, $50,000. For married filing jointly, it's $60,000. And it doesn't mean that you can't get the earned income credit. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, the tax bracket starts to move differently, so it starts to diminish value. So it's $50,000 for head of household, like a single parent head of household. That's it. $60,000 for married filing jointly, and then $48,000 for single. Just single. You may have dependents, but you're not head of household. So that's that. You're welcome. Shalita, you're welcome. So yeah, but like I said, I just want you guys to be knowledgeable about what's happening, what's going on. Another thing, with all this, what they calling it, the Omarion, but with the different variants of COVID as well. People are really not wanting to leave their homes. They're not ready to leave their homes at this time. They don't really want to be around too many people coming in and out, especially those with small children who, who can't even, if you wanted to, get them vaccinated. It's really hard. But with me, everything can be done virtually. You can send me your documents virtually. You can sign your forms virtually. You get your money direct deposit. So everything is virtual. You do not have to come to me in my office to come and see me. You don't have to do that. Everything is strictly virtual. You can send me pictures. You snap a picture of your ID, snap a picture of your Social Security card, your children's Social Security cards, snap me a picture of your W-2s, and all of that. And then I can enter all of your information into the system, and that's that. I'll send you your documents. You e-sign those. Send them back to me, and then it's done. Last year, people were getting their advances the next day. So they would go ahead, do their advances, and then they get their money direct deposit the next day. Another tip that I want to give you guys too, my suggestion is not to get a prepaid card to have your funds deposited on. And I'm not talking about like Cash App or Chime. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like going to get a green light card from like Family Dollar and using that. Don't use that because it's not connected to you really. You know what I'm saying? And it's you don't want something to be wrong with your money and you can't get in contact with nobody. My suggestion would be for you to get a real bank account. And a lot of bank accounts are free if you have direct deposit. So if you have some type of direct deposit coming in from, I don't care where it's from school, from work, from wherever, as long as you get a direct deposit, a lot of bank accounts, real bank accounts, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, who else? State Employees Credit Union, Navy Federal. I bank with Navy Federal. A lot of those, you want to try to get, I personally think that you should get a real bank account. Now, I know sometimes people like those other cards, like I said, like Cash App and, what's the other one? Chime and Netspend. I know a lot of people like to do that because you kind of get your money a little bit earlier, but you've been waiting since February for it, so you've been waiting since March 1st, so what's 2 more days to make sure that your stuff is secure? Now, okay, I'm not judging anybody who does use the bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, me personally, I would make sure that I had a regular bank account to make sure that my funds, they're there, and I could be able to go and talk to somebody when my stuff ain't right. I can go right up in there and say what I need to say, talk to customer service, I can get to somebody. But, it's your personal preference. Another thing, if you guys do not have your children's Social Security cards, please get those. You can go to the Social Security Administration building wherever you are, and they'll at least give you a printout. For me, I don't know about other tax preparers, but if you don't have it yet and you can get that printout, I'll accept the printout. Because I know it's hard trying to get it, especially with COVID. And then sometimes they're not even there all the time. You got to make an appointment. Like, it's all kind of crazy stuff. So if you can get that sheet, I will accept that if you don't have the actual card. but I will need the sheet from the Social Security Administration saying that this is your Social Security, this is your child's Social Security number. So make sure that you guys get that. Make sure that you get your IDs. For those of you whose IDs are expired, tax preparers will not prepare your taxes without a valid ID. It doesn't have to be a driver's license, it can be an ID, but you need to have a valid ID, up-to-date ID. Okay? Make sure that you have that. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Does anybody else have any questions before I head out? Because I don't think that I have anything. Do you think that I missed anything? No. I don't think. Like I said, I don't have anything, and if anybody else has any questions, you can message me in my inbox. I also am going to, after I get off live, I'm going to post my link tree, so this way you can see all the services that I offer, and if you wanted to become a client, there's a form. I got an easy form that you can just fill out real quick on your cell phone, so that way I can get in contact with you and contact you. So that we can have a 15-minute consultation about, what it is that you want to do this tax season. So I hope this video was informative. Again, people, please share this video so that people can get this information, so that people can be knowledgeable and aware of what's happening. I will be probably doing, I think that I want to do something like a Throw Tax Thursday. Thursdays are ruled by Jupiter, which is abundance, the planet of abundance and expansion and things like that. So I think that I'm going to do a Tax Thursday with you guys to just drop you some little hints, tips, let you guys know any updates. Like I said, we keep our fingers crossed for this Biden better, what is it, Biden, it's a better build-up Biden plan. Okay. I think it's something like that. It's a whole bunch of B's. Build Back Better. That's what it's called. Build Back Better plan from Biden. And let me tell you something. If that bill passes, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right if that bill can pass. Like I said, because he's trying to carry some of the credits over from the American Rescue Plan that Donald Trump did, but he's trying to carry some of that stuff over still, and so if that's why we're going to have so many credits, and this refund is probably going to be your biggest refund that you've ever received, because of that. So if he's able to keep this and keep it implemented, we may can see this continue for 2022 and into 2023. All right. So again, if you have any questions, if you need me for any reason, let me know. Again, if you want to send me your information, we can go ahead and set up your profile, do everything that you need to do. So by the time that you get your W-2, all I have to do is enter your W-2 in, and that's that. We can either send it out to the IRS after the 29th, or we can see if you're eligible for the advance up to $6,000, so that you can have a little bit of change in your pocket before your taxes actually drop. So let me know. Again, share this video. For those of you who are catching the replay, shout out to y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening, and have a great day.